We're staying in our O3 Navigating Drawings 3D.dwg this time. What I want to do now is show you how to navigate your drawing using the navigation bar. Now by default you'll find the navigation bar over here on the right hand side of the screen, and we're going to go through some of the commands on there in a bit more detail. But make sure you're opening the O3 Navigating Drawings 3D.dwg because we're going to look at some of the orbit tools that work in 3D. So the nav bar itself is here on the right hand side of the screen. If you want to control whether it's on or off, you just type nav bar like so and press enter, and you've got the option of on or off. Now by default it should be on. Now if it's off like so and you can't see it over on the right hand side of the screen, just type nav bar like that, press enter, select on, and it'll appear on the right hand side of the screen. Now the nav bar itself has some fantastic tools that allow you to work with your AutoCAD 2017 drawings. Now I'm just going to hover over the top section here first of all and click on the little flyout menu there, and you can see I've got lots of different types of navigation wheels. So you've got the full navigation wheel, you've got the mini full, the mini view, the basic tour, and a 2D wheel as well. Now we have some 3D objects in this drawing, so I want to use this one, the full navigation wheel, and that kicks in. So you click on it and it appears like so. Now the first thing I'm going to select here is on the left hand side, the orbit. Click and hold on the orbit on the wheel. The orbit tool will kick in, and as you orbit you'll notice you can see those 3D walls that are there on top of the 2D drawing. So there's the 3D objects there like so. So there's our orbit tool. Now if I release the mouse button now, it takes me back to the steering wheel. I can zoom, click and hold and move up and down as you would with the other zoom command that you looked at previously. And then if I release the mouse button again, I do pan, click and hold and pan like so. So you can see there that I'm panning and using the navigation wheel like that. Now what I can do is I can just close that like so, and it closes the navigation wheel. If I want to go back to the view cube now quickly and select top, that takes me back to the top view like so. So that's the navigation wheel part of the navigation bar. Let's go down to the next one. Pretty obvious. Click on pan and you get the pan symbol. Hold down the left hand mouse button and you pan just as if you would use pan off of the shortcut menu on the right hand mouse button like we looked at previously. So as I'm moving around, I'm panning. I release the mouse button. If I right click now, I get that command again. Can you see there's pan, zoom, and it's all on the shortcut menu again, just like it was previously in the previous videos. I'll just hit escape there a couple of times to cancel that. Below pan, I've now got all the zoom commands. So you'll notice there, if I click on the little flyout, I can zoom extents, I can zoom window, I can zoom previous. So let's do a zoom window, click on it, and then you click on 2 points. So click once, drag the window, click again, and it zooms to that window. If I go back to the navigation bar now, click on the flyout and select zoom previous, takes me to the previous view that I had before I did the zoom window. Now there's lots of different zooms on here, some of which you won't use. Zoom real time, again that gives me the magnification glass there, and I can hold down the mouse wheel and move up and down. If I right click, it's that menu again. I can exit it like so. Notice I'm still in that particular command. I do have to hit escape to get out of it. So I come down again, click on the flyout again. I've got zoom all. That will zoom to my drawing limits like so. And what I've also got, lots of other different zoom commands, zoom dynamic, zoom scale. One of the ones that I find really, really useful though is zoom object, this one here. So if I click on zoom object, I now select the object I want to zoom in on. So if I zoom in on, say, that line there, and then right click to confirm, it zooms me into the extents of that line. Extremely useful for precise zooming in and out of complicated drawings. Now other tools I've got available to me there are zoom in and zoom out. So if I zoom in, zooms in 2 times on the magnification. If I zoom out again on the navigation bar, it zooms me out by 2 times. So it kind of cancels each other out. Now there are some other ones there as well. You've got the zoom scale, zoom dynamic, zoom center. Now zoom center, if I pick that and then I specify a point like that and click and then enter a magnification or height, let's say 250 as the magnification, that will use the center of that view and zoom me in 250 times. So I'm now probably a speck on the carpet in that particular building. So how do I get back? How do I zoom out so that I can see everything? It's real easy. I go back over here to the nav bar, and what I can do is do zoom previous, or better still, do a zoom extent so that I can see everything. Now there's one more there that's very useful, which is this one here, zoom dynamic. If I click there like so, I can actually zoom dynamically and move. And as you can see, look, I can make the box bigger and smaller. There's my dynamic zoom like that. I right click and it zooms to the extent of that box. So I'm dragging a dynamic box around and then zooming to the extent of that dynamic box. So there's all those zoom tools on the navigation bar as well. What I've also got are some orbit tools. So you'll notice there I've got orbit. Click on the orbit. There's the orbit icon. Click and hold and drag. And I can now orbit without having to hold down the shift key, which is really rather useful. I just hold down the left-hand mouse button and move the mouse. And I'm now orbiting quite happily. And I'm now making a real mess of everything because I don't know where I am. So I right-click, I exit the orbit, and what I can do now is go over here to my views, where it says Custom View, just select that top view, and I'm back to the top view again. Now you'll notice an icon here that you might not have. That's object mode for the 3D connection space mouse, just here. So you can see there's all my settings there for my space mouse. You'll only have that if you have a 3D space mouse and the 3D drivers installed. And also, last but not least, just down at the bottom here, you have a thing called Show Motion, where you can record elements of your drawing and play them back as like a slideshow. So if I click on slow motion there, and just move the command line up a tad, you'll see it's appeared underneath the command line. There's all my little tools there allowing me to record using Show Motion as well. If I want to close, just click on the cross like that. And what I'll do, I'll just drag the command line back down to where it should be. So that's your navigation bar that you can utilize in AutoCAD 2017 to navigate your drawings effectively.